Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with my review of Dobutsu Sentai Zyuohger episode 34, I believe it is. Again, sometimes I forget to look it up before I start filming because I am a professional, but if I got the name wrong verbally, it will be right in the description and the title. At least one of those. Anyway, this week's Zyuohger was honestly a pretty solid entry, which was nice. We had a good stretch there with the team up and the whale stuff, and then we had a bad-ish stretch with filler and Misao nonsense. And now we have at least this episode, and looking to be next episode of a decent little mini arc here, which is nice. There was some problems with it still, but it was still something going on, which was nice. It was basically the group trying to protect Whale from, excuse me, I'm sorry about that, Bunglay's continuous advances. That sounds like it's hitting on Whale. But, like at the beginning of the episode, they're attacked by 3 monsters in Megazord form, and they decide not to call out Whale to protect him, and then Whale is actually kind of adorably upset, and they put it on a leash, which was like both ridiculous and adorable at the same time. But then they decide, hey, let's come up with a plan to trick Bunglay and fix this problem, which was actually kind of smart and proactive. There was a dumb element to it, which was they were all wearing these hats, not like a baseball cap, but they were like animal hats that the guy they live with, whose name I always forget, had. And the purpose of them was that wearing these hats would protect them from Bunglay reading the thoughts. And the thoughts, their thoughts. And that was a smart idea, but a stupid execution. Mainly because it doesn't make sense in my head that their ranger helmets, which are, you know, more technical and powerful, can't protect them as well as a stupid hat that's made of nonsense or just regular materials that doesn't even cover their whole head does protect them. So I thought that was dumb. It just seemed needless. I feel like there could have been a better explanation or something. And I think it was also used as a device later on to differentiate them from the clones. But then they all wound up fighting without hats on anyway, so I don't know. I thought that was the dumbest thing about the episode. But the other parts of the plan were smart in terms of trying to lure Bunglay away. It had multiple steps. They actually made a fake whale that was basically the toy, which I thought was kind of funny and clever. And there was kind of a funny bit where they're like, "Oh no, Whale, what are you doing here? You are so brave." It was kind of like that scene where they read the lines in Dino Charge, but funnier because I can't tell how bad the acting is because they're in a different language. But I found it amusing. But anyway, they had this sort of smart laid out plan that got derailed by Bunglay having a better plan, in which he actually used the guy whose name I always forget, but he's got the bulbous head. He used his memories to create clone Zyuohgers, which fought the Rangers and took them down. He could trick them at first because they didn't know they were clones, and use the different forms, like Gorilla was going up against Yamato's eagle, and it was really cool because it was neat to see the Rangers take a proactive approach and then see that Bunglay was one step ahead of him and basically took him down, and he got Yamato kidnapped. So that was pretty much it. I basically just summarized it, but it was a solid entry. I liked it. Like I said, I liked the Rangers doing stuff and Bunglay actually being a competent villain. This episode kind of drove home that Bunglay is done more like threat-wise against the Rangers than all the main villains combined, I think, at this point. So it was a cool entry into it. The only problem I really had was the head thing. It felt like a bit that should have been there for 1 second or not at all. It just felt like this odd, stupid quirk tacked on what would have otherwise been a great episode. So yeah, good episode this week. Hopefully next week looks to be the debut of the big combo of all of them, which is what this arc's pretty much about. So we'll see if Bunglay's around after that. I don't remember if there's any spoilers that says he is or not, because I don't know. But the point is, this week was a solid entry. I enjoyed it. Really just one minor complaint. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. I'd probably give it a little bit higher of a score if it wasn't for that stupid hat bit, both because it looked stupid and because the logic was not there. But I'm glad to at least have 1 to 2 weeks of Zyuohger doing something again. But anyway, that's about it. Until next time, make sure you have the Crazy Podcast at writersrangerambles.com. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, Dawson Rider, signing out.